Hello, and welcome back to Speak English Fluently.
Hi, everyone. We are so happy you're here with us today.
Please click that subscribe button and like this video. Hi, Anna. How are you today?
Hi, Adam. I'm great. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing well, too. It's always nice to start the day with a fun English chat.
Absolutely, Adam. And today, we have something really exciting to talk about.
That's right, Anna. In this video, we're going to talk about our school experiences, our classrooms, favorite subjects, and even some funny moments.
Yes!
Anna, do you remember our school?
Of course, Adam. I remember it very well.
It was really big, wasn't it?
Yes, it had 3 floors and a huge playground.
And the classrooms, they had those big windows, right?
Exactly. The sunlight always made the rooms so bright.
I liked the colors in the hallways, too. They had all the students' projects.
Oh, yes. I loved seeing everyone's artwork.
Do you remember the library?
Yes, it had so many books. I used to spend hours there.
Me too. And there was that quiet reading corner.
I loved sitting by the window with a book.
The playground was fun too. We had swings, slides, and the basketball court.
Yes, and we always played during breaks.
Speaking of breaks, do you remember the canteen?
Yes, they served sandwiches, fruits, and sometimes pizza.
Pizza days were the best.
Absolutely. And the teachers were really friendly, weren't they?
Yes, I liked most of them. I remember Mr. Brown, the math teacher.
Oh, yes. He was strict but fair.
Our science lab, we had so many fun experiments.
I loved those experiments, Adam. They were always exciting.
Do you remember the school garden?
Yes, we sometimes had lessons outside there.
It was such a calm place to read or just relax.
And the benches under the trees were perfect for chatting with friends.
Speaking of friends, the hallways were always noisy and full of laughter.
Yes, everyone was talking and running to the next class.
Do you remember the school bus?
Yes, it picked us up every morning and we used to sit together in the back.
Those rides were fun. We always joked and shared stories.
And the uniforms, white shirts and navy pants or skirts.
Simple, but it looked neat on everyone.
We had some special rooms too, like the computer lab and the gym.
Yes, the gym was huge. Basketball, volleyball, and even a small running track.
It really was a perfect school, Adam.
I agree, Anna. I have so many great memories there.
Me too. It was a place full of learning and fun.
Anna, do you remember what time we used to arrive at school?
Yes, Adam. We usually got there around 7:30 in the morning.
And I remember rushing to get my books ready for the first class.
Yes, I used to check my locker first.
Our first class was always math, right?
Yes, I used to enjoy it sometimes, but it could be tricky.
I always struggled with word problems.
I remember helping you a few times, Adam.
Thanks, Anna. And after math, we had English class.
Yes, I used to look forward to English.
I loved reading stories in class.
Do you remember that time we acted out that play?
Yes, that was so much fun.
Then we had a short break. I used to grab a snack and chat with friends.
I remember sharing my chips with you sometimes.
Yes, and we laughed a lot during those breaks.
After the break, we had science class.
I loved the experiments we did.
Yes, especially the ones that went a little wrong.
Like the baking soda volcano?
Exactly. And then we had history or geography.
I liked geography more than history, actually.
I used to find history interesting sometimes.
Then came lunch. I remember sitting with my best friends.
And we always talked about the morning classes.
Yes, and sometimes we planned little games during lunch,
Lunch in the canteen was always lively.
especially pizza day.
Yes, I think pizza days were the best.
After lunch, we had art or music class.
Yes, that was my favorite part of the day.
I remember painting and singing.
And sports in the afternoon, we ran so much.
Yes, Adam, we had football and sometimes volleyball.
Do you remember the times we stayed for clubs?
Yes, I used to go to the drama club, and you sometimes helped with the newspaper.
Those activities were really fun.
Even though we got tired sometimes.
Yes, but it was worth it.
And then the school day ended. I used to pack my bag quickly.
And we waited for the bus together.
I loved those bus rides, Adam, full of stories and laughter.
Me too, Anna. It was always a fun way to end the day.
I really miss those school days sometimes.
Me too. They were full of learning and memories. Anna, which subjects did you enjoy the most at school?
Oh, Adam, I really loved art and English.
I knew it. You always liked being creative.
Yes, painting and drawing were my favorite. What about you, Adam?
I really enjoyed science and history.
I remember you always talked about experiments and old events.
Yes, science experiments were exciting, especially when they didn't go as planned.
Like the time you mixed chemicals and made smoke in the lab?
Exactly. And history was interesting too, learning about different countries.
Do you remember Mr. Brown, your history teacher?
Yes, he was strict, but I liked how he made lessons fun.
And I remember Mrs. Green, my art teacher. She encouraged me a lot.
She seemed really kind. Did she help you improve your painting skills?
Yes, Adam. She always gave me tips and praised my work.
I liked Mr. White, our science teacher. He was funny and smart.
Oh, yes, he made experiments really exciting.
And sometimes he would let us try things on our own. That was so cool.
I remember you always tried to make them more dramatic.
Yes, I wanted everyone to be impressed.
Who else was your favorite teacher, Adam?
I really liked Miss Taylor, my English teacher. She was kind and patient.
I remember her. She always encouraged us to read aloud.
Yes, and she made writing stories really fun.
I loved learning new words in her class.
And sometimes she gave us interesting homework projects.
Yes, like when we had to write a short play for English class.
I remember acting with you in that play.
Yes, Adam, we had so much fun.
Do you remember your favorite subject tests?
Oh, yes. I liked tests in art and English because I could be creative.
I liked science tests. They were challenging but fun.
And the teachers who graded fairly were the best.
Yes, Adam. I always felt encouraged by my favorite teachers.
Same here. They made school days enjoyable and memorable.
I'm glad we had such amazing teachers, Anna.
Me too, Adam. They really shaped our school memories.
Anna, do you remember the school trips we used to have?
Oh, yes, Adam. I loved the trips to the museum and the zoo.
I remember. We always had so much fun exploring.
And the teachers always organized games for us.
Yes, I especially liked the treasure hunts.
Yes, we ran everywhere and laughed so much.
Do you remember the sports day?
Of course, we used to compete in races and team games.
I remember winning a relay race with our team.
Yes, Adam, you were so fast.
And you were great in the sack race.
Thanks. And the teachers always cheered us on.
Yes, it made everything more exciting.
Do you remember the school concerts?
Yes, singing in front of everyone was a bit scary.
But it was fun, too. I loved practicing with my friends.
And the drama club performances, we had so much fun acting.
Yes, I remember our play about the explorers.
I forgot how many mistakes we made on stage.
Yes, but everyone laughed and it made the performance even better.
Do you remember the science fair?
Yes, I loved preparing my project with my group.
And I remember presenting my volcano experiment.
It was so dramatic, Adam. Smoke everywhere.
Yes, everyone was impressed.
And sometimes we had charity events too, right?
Yes, we organized bake sales and helped local charities.
It felt good to give back.
Do you remember the school festivals?
Oh, yes, music, food, and games everywhere.
I loved trying all the different food stalls.
And the decorations were always amazing.
Do you remember the time we had a theme day?
Yes, I dressed up as a historical figure.
And I was a scientist. Everyone laughed at my costume.
It was fun. Those days were unforgettable.
Anna, school really was more than classes. It was full of activities and fun memories.
Absolutely, Adam. I miss those events so much.
Me too. They made school days so lively and enjoyable. Anna, do you remember the funniest moment at school?
Oh, yes, Adam. I remember the time you accidentally spilled water on the teacher's desk.
Yes, I was so embarrassed.
Everyone laughed, but it was harmless.
And you almost slipped on the wet floor.
I did. That was so funny.
Do you remember the time we got lost during a school trip?
Yes, we wandered around the museum for almost half an hour.
I thought we would never find our group.
But in the end, we laughed about it.
And what about the day of the science fair?
Oh, yes. I remember the volcano experiment you did.
It erupted everywhere. I think I scared half the class.
Yes, it was dramatic but amazing.
Do you remember the time of the big exam we studied for all week?
Yes, I was so nervous, but we helped each other.
I think that teamwork made it easier.
Definitely. And what about sports day?
I remember tripping during the relay race.
Yes, but you still finished, Adam.
And you were cheering for everyone, Anna.
I couldn't stop laughing at all the funny moments.
Do you remember the school play we acted in?
Yes, I forgot half my lines once.
And I improvised for you. Everyone applauded.
That was such a proud moment.
Do you remember the art competition?
Yes, I was so nervous, but I ended up winning second place.
I remember cheering for you so loudly.
Thanks, Adam. You always encouraged me.
And do you remember the fire drill?
Yes, everyone ran outside so quickly.
I think some kids were laughing and panicking at the same time.
Those moments really made school memorable.
And even the small challenges, like difficult projects, were fun in the end.
Yes, Adam. I think all these memories shaped our school experience.
Absolutely, Anna. School wasn't just about learning, it was about moments like these.
I agree. I'll never forget all the laughter, mistakes, and little victories.
Me neither. Those days were really special. Anna, I really enjoyed remembering all these school days.
Me too, Adam. It brought back so many fun memories.
From the classrooms to the playground, every moment was special.
Yes, and the teachers, the friends, and even the little challenges made it unforgettable.
I hope our friends watching this also remember their school days.
Absolutely. We would love to hear your favorite school memories too.
Yes, please write them in the comments below.
And don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to Speak English Fluently for more fun English conversations.
School was really more than classes. It was full of learning, laughter, and memories.
Exactly, Adam. And I think these memories will stay with us forever.
Thanks for joining us today, Anna.
Thank you too, Adam, and thank you, friends, for watching.
See you next time for another fun English conversation.
Bye, everyone.